Head coach Josh Fischer leads eSports program once again with high expectations going into the season. Fischer is joined by seniors Christopher Guerrero and Collin Brandt. Opening statement. If not, we'll go head into questions.
Yeah, you can just go straight into questions.
Questions?
Good. Coach, tell us a little bit about this year's schedule and some of the games you're playing.
Yeah, so the full schedule is yet to be determined. It comes out once placements are determined. So, but for the overall schedule, we're doing Rocket League and Marvel Rivals this fall, and we're doing Overwatch and Super Smash Bros. In the spring, and Mario Kart will be a little bit more scattered, but overall throughout the whole year.
For both the athletes here, what has it been like for you guys as senior leaders as kind of a newer program around Wartburg?
Starting off, I've been here since my freshman year. I've been in this program. Kind of just seeing the way that Wartburg has kind of accepted the program and like really invested their time and money into it by giving us that brand new room. Like it just shows that not only that do we have such a great program that Wartburg also cares about us, and it kind of just gives us that like sense of like community almost.
On my side, it's kind of because the team I'm part of, the Smash team, was founded a year in. We already had the new room, so I wasn't part of the quote-unquote building of being in the basement of Grossman, so it was kind of nice to just from the off have such a nice space. But because two of the two leaders on my team that my first year I did it had graduated right after. They left right as the season ended because they were seniors. It was interesting for me to have to take on that role of leadership almost instantly because everyone after me who joined the team was an underclassman. So it was kind of nice to take what they did and keep it going in terms of keeping it fun, trying to keep the game knowledge up on everything. It's just been sort of fun to make sure everything's good for not only this year but also next year every time.
Kind of talk about your guys' journeys. Esports becoming more of an up-and-coming sport, in universities and colleges and whatnot. Kind of just talk about your journeys. How'd you, begin and you'd say in high school or something, or when you were younger. Kind of just talk about that and how, you came to the collegiate level.
Yeah, so I've been playing Rocket League, the game I play here, for about over 10 years. I played since I was in middle school pretty much, and over the years I've progressed, I've gotten a lot better at it, and in high school I've kind of decided that I wanted to do both football and esports. So Wartburg was a college that was able to offer me both and where I could get the best experience out of it. I think anything at the collegiate level, you obviously advance way more. I've learned so much more about esports and about my game individually through my coach, and just learning new aspects of the game, especially that team chemistry. You don't really get that in high school when you just kind of play by yourself, but when you get to a college and you get to a competitive team, it's a great experience.
For Smash, I've played it. I honestly can't remember when I haven't been playing it, but it's never really, until I came here, never really been in any sort of competitive sense. There was a time in middle school when I wanted to pick it up with one of my friends, but he was way better than me, so I kind of always got stomped by him. But since coming here and actually being able to learn under Coach Fish what to actually do rather than just watching random videos and kind of guessing what I should be doing, it's been a lot nicer of a process rather than just, my friend's kind of whooping me right now. I probably should not do this anymore because I'm not having fun, rather than what it is now where I get to actually learn what's better and what I could be doing rather than just nothing.
As this preseason goes along, what kind of preparation goes into it before the regular season kicks off?
You guys can talk about it if you want.
So right now we're in the fall camp. We do about 2 hours of practice twice a day at whatever given time. A lot of the preparation is more so more so team bonding, building that team chemistry going again with either new incoming people or just the past teammates because we haven't seen them in all summer. But no, I would say that it's a lot of just practicing, finding other colleges to scrim against, just kind of how other sports do. But yeah, no, it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of game film where we watch and we just kind of evaluate ourselves and see what we can do better for the next game.
It is more, at least on the Smash side, it's been just getting our hands warm again, really trying to make sure that we're kind of back on pace because we're not till the winter term, so it's more trying to make sure that we hold over and we stay at a consistent level rather than dipping at all, especially after the summer where some of us might not have played as much if we don't have the space to do it, because it's a lot more fun to do it in the esports room rather than just in your own house in your own chair. But yeah, it's more just making sure your skills carried over than anything, and obviously like Collin said, it's a lot of team building, not even just within your own games, but also within the esports program as a whole.
Yeah, my coaching philosophy, I always say you belong simply because you exist. That comes first and foremost, even more than winning or losing. And in order for that to be true, it takes everybody in the program to believe it. So a lot of team bonding this whole week just to make sure that people feel as though they belong and can make their teammates feel as though they belong as well. And getting that playtime also just helps tremendously, getting extra playtime before the season starts. From the coaching perspective, you got to know who your starters are going to be. In esports, you don't make a whole lot of substitutions, so knowing who your starters are going to be is a big deal. So knowing who the starters are going to be, some of our games we have enough for multiple teams, like Rocket League this year we'll have enough for multiple teams. So determining who's going to be on that varsity roster and who's going to be on that JV roster this week is a lot goes into that, and determining team captains as well. So, yeah.
You guys both kind of touched on, team bonding, team chemistry. What kind of, activities, maybe outside of practice or, competition, what kind of activities like you guys, build that team chemistry with?
Well, throughout this week, and especially just last night, Coach Fischer's been hosting tournaments. Just after hours, kind of, we all just meet back in the esports room and he picks a random game. We don't even know what it is for tonight yet.
It's a secret, silly game that nobody's heard of. That is not one of the games we compete in.
It was real fun last night especially, but it's just things like that where it gets everyone involved, even if they have other things on campus that they have to attend to, or they maybe can't make it to a practice, or if their season's later on in the year, so it's not like distinct right now, you have another game you're doing. It's more of everybody comes together in the space, because that's the big thing, is that we have the esports room and we want to use it to its fullest.
You guys mentioned that esports room. How impactful has it been for each of you in your development, both individually and as a team?
I'll let you go first on that one. 'Cause
For individual wise, I feel like going from the basement of Grossman to the esports room, I think just like mentally, it makes you want to be there. It makes you want to be present within the team. Probably my freshman year, there'd be rather times where you want to play from your room rather than going to a basement with no windows. Instead, now we have a great facility, a great room where we can show it off to not only the rest of campus, but any recruits that come in. It's like a big centerpiece for whenever people come on visits here. But it makes me want to be present in the room. I'm in there every morning just between classes just to be in there. And it's just, I think overall, it just is a better mindset for our entire team.
Yeah, and I think it being in the CTC makes it a lot easier, because a lot of people, when they're walking through, one, it's shown off in tours, and that makes me really proud of it, because it's like, well, this is something big to the school, to the point where it's shown off every single person, at least when they're walking by it. If they aren't going in, they're getting shown, this is where our esports team practices, this is where they play. But also that it's just very easy to get to, really. If I'm going from classes to, say, getting lunch or something, I can just stop in there, play a few quick games if I need to get my hands warm before practice or a game that night, and it's just really easy. It's just easy access rather than having to rough through the really harsh fall weather here in Waverly. A nice breeze. But yeah, it's really nice. It's really convenient too, is the big thing.
Yeah, and I think it shows how much Wartburg cares about esports. It's different at every college, and I've heard some stories of colleges just being tossed in a basement permanently. That was just a temporary thing for us. And so it just proves that Wartburg cares financially to support esports, and that we're treated just like all the other varsity sports here. And yeah, there's no easier way to say we support you than literally giving us money to build an awesome facility. So we're really grateful for that.
Coach, how does it make you feel, when you have two senior leaders next to you, just how invested they are and how invested, the overall team is with the vision that you want, grow with these sports? How's that kind of make you feel? How's that kind of, how's that driving you as a coach? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so we're heading into, this is going to be year 4 of doing esports here at Wartburg. And Collin here has been a member all 4 of his years now. So he's going to be one of the first students to have been a part of esports all 4 years of college. And There's gonna be a lot of emotions come graduation. It's always a little emotional seeing my players graduate and go off to bigger and better things. But I think this year will be even more special, seeing the legacy that people have created and the way that culture has been built. So yeah, I'm really proud of these guys and the culture that they've created, and the culture that continues to be made by other players who just care. They want to leave the team better than when they joined it. And yeah, heading into year 4, it's been getting better every year, and it is mostly thanks to student leaders like these guys here.
Collin, Chris, have you ever beaten a coach in a Super Smash game or Rocket League or anything? Has there been competition about that?
It's few and far between for me at least, because it's the one-on-ones. But I mean, I get close.
You've taken a handful of games.
Yeah.
You beat me in a 1v1 last time we played.
Last year, I beat him for the very first time in a 1v1 in Rocket League. It was probably the highlight of my video game life. Just goes to show that the student becomes better than the master over time.
Yeah, we need a rematch on that one.
What else, guys? All good? You good?
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.